Okay, now folks, I'm sure you all are, I have in this, Atisa story. To search for Vikramshila and to search for Atisa, it is necessary to find the place where Atisa crossed the Ganges where Ngatso Lotsawa. See, ancient Tibetans, the king of Tibet gave gold to Ngatso Lotsawa. He came with 21 Tibetans and he gave them gold to give to Atisa so that Atisa would agree to come to Tibet. So Ngatso Lotsawa, when he reached the Ganges, the boatman, he took the Biharis across and he did not take the Tibetans across. He said, you all wait. So the Tibetans thought the boatman would come back with a gang and he would rob them. Folks, I'm going to show you a drone footage of the place where, Ngatso Lotsawa slept for the night and where a white-robed person came in the night and took him across. And exactly where the drone footage where he hid the gold in the sand on the northern banks of the Ganges. So folks, I will be showing you drone footage of all these places. And so please stay tuned. Ngatso Lotsawa, when he reached the Ganges, it was becoming evening. So it was becoming evening and he thought boatman would rob them. So the Tibetans hid the gold in the sand. That place is called today Sonbarsa. It is on the opposite bank of the Ganges from Nista, Sonbarsa. And it had become evening. It had become evening. So the sanghramma, see, these are stupas. These stupas prove that the Tibetans were highly respected. These stupas prove that the Tibetans were highly respected. So, Lotsava Ngatso went to sleep in Akha, just next to Sonbarsa where he hid the gold. See, in the text, in the Lotsava Ngatso story, he hides the gold close by. And then he hides the gold and he goes to sleep close by, a short distance away. So that is Akha. Akha means to close your eyes. Akha means to close your eyes. That is where he went, Lotsava Ngatso and the Tibetans, ancient Tibetans, went to sleep. And then after that, sometime in the night, white-robed person came. That place is Kurha. It is not white robe. It is the light green color, which we call kur. Green eyes of a person. So Kurha. So that was the actual color of the white-robed person. And that is the spot they crossed the Ganges. That is the spot they crossed the Ganges. Because on this side, on the Nista side of the Ganges, is Samsa Atgavan. Samsa means Shanka. Samsa means Shanka means suspicion. Atgavan. Gavan means to lose something, to get robbed. So this is Shamsa Atgavan means to suspicion of losing something. That was the suspicion of losing their gold. So that is the place. From Khurra they crossed over to Samsa Atgavan. See, the stupas, wherever where they slept, a stupa was made. Where they hid the gold, a stupa was made. Where this white robed person took them on his boat, a stupa was made. And where the boat landed, Samsa at Gavan, a stupa was made. Now, stupas are meant to pray. But you had to have what you meant to pray. But you had to have sanghrammas for pilgrims who wanted to visit these stupas and pray to them. You had to have sanghrammas. So that is Nista. That is Nista, which I have shown you in a video. And Nista, and I will be showing you the video footage of all these places. Of the place where they cross the Ganges, and of Sambho and all these places. So, folks, this is the story. If you stay tuned I will show you the drone footage. But before that, in Google Maps, I will show you where these places are. In Google Maps, I will show you where these places are. So stay tuned. You will see the Google Maps, and then you will see the drone footage of the ancient Ganges and the stupas, which are now villages today. And thank you, folks. Thank you. Before I give you the drone footage, show you the drone footage of the places, place where Ngatso Lotsawa, the Tibetan Ngatso Lotsawa, who was sent to fetch Atisa with gold, stayed for the night, and where he crossed the Ganges. Folks, this is very important to fix the spot where Atisa lived. The historians have pinpointed Bengal. Basically, during Atisa's time, there was no Bihar and Bengal. Bihar and Bengal are British words made during British rule. There were around 100 or so small kingdoms. Now, to pinpoint the place where Atisa lived, it's necessary to find out where Lotsava Gyatso and his group crossed the Ganges. Of a group of 21 Tibetans, they crossed the Ganges. And Atisa's house will be half a night's walk from that crossing point. So here we have how the Tibetan Bodhisattva kings invited Atisa Dipankara Srighana. I will start from here. At daybreak, they met a petty king from Nepal who was on his way to Vikramshila. So they met a petty king of Nepal who was on his way to Vikramshila monastery, and Ngatso Lotsawa accompanied him. When they reached the river Ganges, the king, using his influence, boarded a boat first, which his attendants, and departed, leaving the others behind. Others means the Tibetans behind. And now the Tibetans were suspicious that the boatman would rob them. By then, night was approaching. So night was approaching. Now you must remember, it was evening. Night was approaching, because there is a stupa by that name, Shambho. Sham means evening. And Ngatso Lotsawa got worried as he was carrying much gold. He concealed the gold in the sand and slept somewhere else after praying to the three jewels. So he concealed the gold in the sand and he slept somewhere else after praying to the three jewels. After some time, a white-robed gentleman came and said, I have come to fetch you all. See, now there is a stupa where the Tibetans hid the gold in the sand. There is a stupa where they went to sleep, that is Akha. And there is a stupa where the white-robed gentleman came. That is the point they, and took them across the Ganges. Now, actually, it wasn't white-robed, it was light green. Light green. It seems the Tibetans didn't have a word for light green. They used the word white. So, taking the gold, they boarded the boat and crossed the Ganges. When they reached the other side of the river, Ngatso Lotsawa asked the boatman, who are you? I think you are not an ordinary person. The boatman replied, see, Ngatso Lotsawa was now embarrassed because he had suspected the boatman would come back and rob him. But instead he had safely taken him to the other side. So the stupa on the other side means embarrassment. You will know me afterwards. Tonight you can sleep under the portico of Vikramshila monastery and you will not be robbed. So the boatman says, have faith. From here to Vikramshila, no one will rob you. You will not be robbed. So he actually tells them to have faith. Now there is a village called Nista. Nista means to have faith. I will show you all the places in the satellite pictures, folks. Here it is. Now, here you have Vikrampur and Kajra. Vikrampur is, Atisa lived in Vikrampur. His palace was surrounded by a victory band, that is Kajra. Kajal is the victory band. Now, where did the Tibetans cross over? This is the Ganges. This is the new Ganges, the present Ganges. And the ancient Ganges was here. See, you see this line going there. That is, from here to here was the ancient Gangetic riverbed. That line from here. Now, it had become evening, that is Samho, Sham. It had become evening, Samho. So, they hid their gold at a distance away, that is Son Barsa. Son Barsa means to, rain gold. This is the place where they hid their gold. And Akaha means, Samho is evening, Akha means to close your eyes. Close your eyes, that means that is where they went to sleep. And Kurha is the white, this is light green. So it seems the Tibetans didn't have a word for light green. See, light green eyes or light blue eyes, that is Kurha. So a word for they just simply said white. So a Kurha person, a light green clothed person, came after some time and the boatman and took them across. Now when they went across, Lotsava Ngatso was embarrassed because he thought that the boatman would rob him. And then he asked the boatman, who are you? This is Samsha Athgavan. Shamsa means Sharmsa. Sharmsa means ashamed of himself. And Athgavan, ashamed of being robbed. Gavan means losing something, getting robbed. So Shamsa Athgavan. So that is where Son Barsa, where he hid the gold, and then he went to sleep with his group a little distance away, and then light green robed boatman came and took them across. This is Samsa. They got onto the boat here. See, this is the ancient Gangetic riverbed here. They got into the boat and they got down here. And up here there is a village called Nista. This is the village called Nista. Nista means have faith. Boatman told them to have faith, and I think he showed them this road. He showed them this road. It goes straight down to Vikrampur and Kajra, which is your Atisa's home, folks. Atisa's home was in Vikrampur, the victory band. That is exact. Victory band is Kajra. So, folks, this is the Atisa's house, and I have identified all the places. In the Tibetan story, where the Tibetans crossed the ancient Ganges. So, this is very important to identify Atisa, the home. And finally, Atisa was, you have to have his reputation traveled to Tibet, that's why he was invited. So you should have prayer to Atisa. Now the local main deity is Garbhu Baba. And Atisa's name was Chandra Garbhu Baba. So that means Atisa is still prayed to. He is the main deity of this area and that area, folks. So these are all proof that Kajra is Atisa's home. Here is Nista. Nista means have faith. Nista means have faith. Nista means, the word has popped up. Nista means have faith. So folks, I think I have satisfied you. Now you can go ahead and view the drone footage of this place, of the ancient Ganges and these villages and Nista, folks. Nista means have faith. From here they went walking to Vikramshila. Thank you. Okay, now I think it's time for me to show you the drone footage of the ancient Ganges. You all have been waiting for it. Folks, this is Nista below me. Nista. This is from where this is the place where the boatman said, have faith. No one will rob you. Now this is the Jhana river, and see, just across the river is the ancient riverbed of the Ganges, and across that is Sambho. Sambho means evening. It had become evening when Ngatso Lotsawa had landed up there, and he buried the gold in a village is called Son Barsa. Son means gold and Barsa means raining gold. And he went to sleep in a place called Akha. He went to sleep at a distance. So the place is called Akha. See that stream you see, that is what is left of the ancient Ganges. That stream. So on the other side is Samo, Akha, where he went to sleep, and Kurha, where the light green robed boatman came and took them across the river. So this is the Jhana river. It has given its name to the Jonang school of thought, because the entire Atisa story, Atisa's palace is on its banks, the Kalchakra Mandala is on its banks, the Kalchakra Stupa is on its banks. So this is Jhana. Jhana, it seems it has given the name Jonang school of thought. So see, there's a dam over there. Now that is Nista. Nista means have faith. This is where it seems the boatman brought them here and showed them the road to Vikramshila. Showed the Tibetans the road to Vikramshila. So that is why, and he told them, ki have faith, now you won't be robbed here. So folks, this is Nista. Nista means to have faith, and this road goes straight to Kajra in Vikrampur. Kajra is the palace, and Vikrampur is, see, now in the distance you have these four villages. Sambho means evening, and then you have Son Barsa means raining gold. That's where Ngatso Lotsawa buried the gold. And then you have Akha. Akha means to close your eyes. That is to go to sleep. And Kurha means light green, that is the white robe. It seems the Tibetans didn't have a word for light green or light blue, so they use the word white. So this is your Nista, means have faith. I'm showing you the area around the place where Lotsava Gyatso crossed the ancient Ganges and landed on this side. That is Samsa Atgawa, that village you see over there, that white house. And Samsa Atgawa means embarrassment at being robbed. So folks, Ngatso Lotsawa was embarrassed of being robbed because the boatman had brought him over safely and he had thought that the boatman would rob him. So this is your drone footage. I hope you enjoyed the drone footage. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lotsava Gyatso, for writing beautiful.